Hello. Hello, losers. Welcome back to my channel. This is a new angle for a video. Also, don't be weird about my shirt. Okay? Don't be weird about it. Okay? Don't be weird about it. Anyway. Hi. We haven't done a YouTube video in a while, not a stream. So, that's what we're doing today. We're gonna talk about this fucking episode of Catfish. Oh my god. So, I have notes. 8 pages of them, to be exact. Because, bro, this episode, I saw it. I don't know when I saw it originally. It was like months ago, probably like 6 months ago or something. I have not been able to stop thinking about it since I saw it. Like, I watched it with my boyfriend and we were like, what the fuck? Something's off about this episode. And this is weird. So, we're going to talk about it. Okay? Okay. This is Catfish, episode 32 of season 8. Okay? It's Paul and Katie. Okay, so here's the background. Basically, he was 16 when he met Katie. He met her on Xbox, and they dated for 2 years. But this episode takes place like 10 years after that, so he's wasted basically 10 years of his life pining after this bitch. Because he has a fiance, but he's clearly still in love with the catfish until he finds out that she's a catfish. I'll get to that. But anyway, so his fiance actually, Samantha, his fiance actually calls into Catfish, allegedly. Also, wait, hold on. Before I get too far into this, I know that, like, the producers and stuff of Catfish go ahead and meet the catfish and everything, so, like, they know what's gonna happen. But then, like, Neve and Cammy, or whoever the co-host is, don't know, like, the end result. That's allegedly how it works, so yeah, I don't know how much creative liberty they took with this, but if anything, I think they're downplaying the situation rather than making it more dramatic, because I think, well, I'll get to that, but I think they're trying to cover their ass legally on this one. So, yeah, anyway, basically, the important things to know is they talked all the fucking time. They had a phone call that lasted for 36 hours. The fuck, bro? That's a long-ass phone call. And then they were gonna move in together when he was 18, and then she fucking ghosted him, which is sus. And then he pretty much, like, still believes that this bitch is real up until the point where they get in contact with the real girl, and they're just like, so, like, was this you? And she's just like, nope, not me. Oh, yeah, so he also found, like, her real account, which apparently wasn't her real account, which I'll get to that and how I know that. He found her real account and DM'd her, but she acted like she didn't know who he was. And then he got bullied a bunch and quit school to, like, work. So that's why they were gonna move in together, I think. He said that she sent him tons of pictures and also gifts that were, like, really expensive, which is, like, sus. And her explanation for that was that her parents died in a car accident, and so she got a bunch of insurance money, which is like, huh? What? I don't believe you. And then she also said she's a model, which, like, she is cute and all. She doesn't look like a model. And the pictures she took were not anything like what a model would take. Like, no offense, but just, no. She looked like a classic, like, emo girl, teenager kind of a vibe. I'll put a picture if I can find one. So he was wrapped around her for 2 years until she ghosts him. She reaches back out to him a year later, but he basically, like, tells her to fuck off, which, like, good for him. He should have kept that energy. He also says that she sent him nudes, and then they, like, annoyingly, but also very deliberately, breeze over the fact that, like, he probably fucking sent them back, and he was 16. Okay, I'm gonna just like spoil like the plot twist. This episode angers me. It's fine. I should grab water. Okay, water.
Hi.
Hi.
We're missing someone.
Well, what just happened?
I have anxiety.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm Katie. This is
Martha.
This is my mom. This is who Paul was talking to.
What?
I was the one doing the catfishing.
Like, why did they do it this way? It's so weird. Like, I wrote that in my notes, in all caps. Why did they do it this way? Why did they do this weird, like, oh, we're missing someone, random pop-up, like, not explaining it, like, this lady's, like, in her 40s. Well, she was in her 40s at the time that this happened. And he was 16. And, okay, so now I'm going to talk about how it seems like they were editing this to save their ass. The first thing that Paul says is, you knew how old I was, right? And she's just like, yeah. Which, girl, you just fucking fully admitted to being a nonce on national TV. What is this? What the fuck? And then, I don't remember what exactly Cammy fucking says, but basically she's just like, you were, like, the age of consent in Michigan is 16. And I think that's, like, their way to try to, like, cover their ass. And be like, this wasn't illegal. Age of consent is 16. But I looked it up. Because I had a sneaking suspicion that it might, like, they have, if Michigan has Romeo and Juliet laws like Washington does, yeah, it might be 16, but that's only for people within a certain age range from that minor. So I looked it up, and Michigan says 4 years, age range for it to be consensual, and, 40 is not in the age range of 4 years from 16. That would be 20. Max would be the oldest age she could have been for that to be appropriate. But that aside, I don't think it actually matters what the age of consent is in Michigan. Granted, I'm not a lawyer, so take all of this with a grain of salt. This is my armchair lawyering, at home armchair lawyering, with zero knowledge, but just besides Googling shit, so I could be completely fucking wrong, but, as far as I'm aware, you can't send or solicit nude photography from and or to minors, regardless of what the age of consent is, if it's over the internet. And I don't think that Martha, that's the mom's name, Martha, I don't think Martha is also from Michigan, so I'm pretty sure that's across state lines, which, again, I'm not a lawyer, but that sounds like a crime to me. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, so basically, it was her fucking mom the whole time, which is insane. And so, like, the whole fucking time, this bitch is just, like, making excuses for it, and she's just like, oh, I got a divorce, and, like, my daughter moved out, and now I'm all alone, so I just had to talk to somebody, but, like, what the fuck? No, what the hell? That's, talk to an adult. What do you mean? Like, why are you going on Xbox to meet teenagers and then sending them nudes? And they asked her about the nudes, and she was like, I just wanted attention. And they were just like, yeah, like, you knew you would get attention from a fucking teenage boy if you're gonna send them nudes. What the fuck? Like, am I in the Twilight Zone? What the fuck? Like, not to be that bitch, but if the genders were reversed, like, jail immediately. Like, what constantly. But, like, what the bitch? I'm so mad. Like, what even? What the hell? And I feel like they just totally breeze over it in the show, which is, like, so weird. I want them to, like, address it more, and they just, like, didn't. But anyway, so when I first watched that, I, like, had to fucking know more, because basically they end it, and Katie's like, oh yeah, like, I knew about it, but it's pretty obvious that she found out that she was, like, using her nudes on the show, which that's confirmed, and I'll get to that later. But, so, Katie's, like, totally trying to downplay it on the show. And she's like, yeah, I forgave her. I found out 2 years ago, and, like, I forgave her and stuff. And it's just like, why? Why? And her reasoning is she keeps, like, repeating. She's like, well, she's my mom, and I want to have a relationship with her. And it's just like, I get that, but, like, that is beyond an invasion of privacy. That is, like, I would absolutely fucking disown my mother. Like, what? Bizarre to me. So I feel like there's something weird happening there, because that's not, like, a normal reaction, I feel like. So, it ends, with Paul just being like, yeah, gonna marry my fiance, fuck this old hag, basically, fuck this whole situation, this is traumatizing, I'm out. Which, good for him. Hope he's doing okay. But then, like, it ends and it's just like, Martha's going to therapy to make sure this doesn't happen again. Like, I'm not okay. Also, she says that she's been doing this to she did this to, like, a bunch of people, because Katie kept getting, like, messages from random dudes being like, hey, like, me, like, we were talking, and then she has to, like, she was like, she would explain to them that it wasn't her without telling them the full story, so they wouldn't believe her. Which, bitch, that is so dangerous. That is incredibly fucking dangerous. You don't understand. You and your mom don't understand, it seems, how fucking dangerous of a situation that is. Because, like, I've dealt with people who think, like, that have been catfished with my pictures, and then they, like, think that I'm lying about the fact that it's a catfish and that it's actually me and that I'm, like, fucking with them and stuff. They get hostile. They get really angry. So that's a really dangerous situation to put yourself in, or your fucking daughter. Like, that's fucking insane to me. Like, this episode has mentally fucked me. I don't understand. Anyway, so I needed to know more. So I went on to the interwebs. And I was like, oh yes, there was a Reddit post. Remember? There was a Reddit post that they mentioned in the episode? So I went on to Reddit. Found some decent info. There was a post that was basically someone being like, talking about their theories and shit. Talking about how, like, oh, like, you can tell that the producers, like, planned this because the mom has, like, a ring light and old ladies don't have ring lights and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever, I don't care. And a bunch of people in the comments were being like, well, maybe the mom is covering for Katie because, like, it's not adding up. Like, how is the mom, like, so the mom said that she was getting Katie's pictures by sneaking into her room at night while she was asleep, unlocking her phone, and then texting it to herself, and then going through and deleting the evidence. And then she also claimed that she wasn't tech savvy, and that's why she didn't use a fake name. Which, yeah, that checks out. Anyway, so it doesn't add up because one of her reasonings for why she did it was because Katie moved out. So how is she getting access to her while she was sleeping if she was moved out? Interesting. Which I actually have the answer to that. So I found another post, which I'll link both of these posts. They're both locked because they're old, but they're still there. Hopefully they stay up. Katie has a post up, basically, like, saying her side of the story, and she was verified by the mod, so it's her. Anyway, so she says the reason why she still had access was because when she moved into her new boyfriend's house, it was a gradual move. So she started out by just spending the day there, and then she would spend like a night or two there, and then she would spend like a few days in a row there, and then eventually she moved out. So, yeah. But, so they ask her on the show, they're like, so you were definitely like over 18 when the pictures were taken, right? And like her answer, if that is like the genuine answer to that question, like that happened, those two clips happened and it wasn't edited to look that way. Some of the people on Reddit were thinking that that was clipped together to like cover their ass legally again, which I kind of have to agree, but I'm not entirely sure, because it did seem like a genuine answer, but it was still like covering their ass, even if that was the genuine answer, because they're like, so you were definitely 18 when those pictures were taken. She was just like, yeah. Like, were they? Like, bitch. Don't tell us there's another layer to this, because that's even worse. But also, when I was looking at Katie's post on Reddit and reading in the replies and stuff, there was some person that was claiming to have been friends with her, which she verified they were friends. And this person was claiming that Katie's a pathological liar, basically, and that she catfished her. Which Katie said, like, I was a teenager, I probably lied about some stupid shit, which, like, interesting. Like, could be totally innocent, like, teenagers trying to sound cool, or, like, could be sus. But then she says that there was another Catfish account that it wasn't her, but people said that it was her, and I'm just thinking, like, when she was 15, like, was her mom doing this from when she was 15? That's sus. But yeah, so Katie's like, yeah, I was friends with her, probably did lie, don't remember it, but definitely wasn't a catfish. But I would like to know who runs that, like, who had that account. But anyway, yeah, so, like, why the fuck is Katie being so forgiving? Like, from what it seems like, in her post, it even still seemed like she was, like, downplaying it. And, like, at least people on Reddit were just like, why the fuck is she not facing jail time? And someone brought up statute of limitations, and, like, that probably is the reason. That plus, like, there's not much evidence. So that's probably why. But, like, I don't know. I feel like they shouldn't have just breezed over it on the show, you know? Like, I think that would be a really good time, actually, to address the fact that, like, females can also be predators, and they can also groom people, and, like, that's not fucking appropriate to have your child's nude photos. That's weird as fuck, bro. Like, what the hell? Like, what the fuck? The ex-husband who divorced her dodged a goddamn bullet, though. Like, I'll say that much. Like, the fuck? Like, just because you're lonely doesn't mean that you have the right to go fucking talk to kids on Xbox so you can get attention, because it's easier to get attention from someone who's easily manipulated and hasn't probably gotten much attention themselves versus an adult who has a fully formed brain who can be like, this person seems a little sus. Oh my god, I haven't gotten to the best part yet. I was reading on Reddit also that apparently Cammie tweeted out apparently that Martha would use, because they were wondering, like, okay, how could you not tell that it wasn't a teenager? Like, can't you tell by the voice and, like, how she talks and stuff? Apparently Martha would have, like, a baby voice, and apparently Katie walked in on her doing it one time to someone on the phone, and so she, on Reddit, she, like, confirmed that this is a thing, and then, like, explained it, and she was like, it's like a daddy's girl voice, and it's just with this fucking context of the situation, like, I'm gonna vomit. What the fuck, Martha? I don't understand. You're not okay. I'm not okay. No one here is okay. We're all trauma bonding now. Not with Martha. Fuck Martha. But you and me. We're now trauma bonded because... Oh, what the fuck? And, like, I feel so fucking bad for Paul, too. Because, like, he seems nice. Kind of dumb. Because he was not good at hiding the fact he was still in love with the catfish from his fucking fiance. Also, he has kids with her. Like, sir, move on. Anyway. I feel bad for him, though, because, like, that's his first love. Then he finds out it's some creepy old lady who stole pictures of her daughter. And, like, again, they breeze over this, but he most definitely sent pictures back, because you don't, like, I'm sorry, girls are not usually the ones to send those types of pictures first. That's just usually not how it goes. I mean, it could have happened in this case, just because of, like, how Martha is, but, like, who fucking knows? And it's definitely not the type of situation where you're not going to get a picture back. Like, it's like, bro, I feel so bad for everyone but Martha. Fuck Martha. Martha is so creepy. I'm not okay with it. And she was acting so fucking immature. She was just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I hurt everyone. Like, I know it was bad. Me. Clearly you don't, though, because you did it for fucking, like, on Reddit, fucking Katie said it was from 2008 to 2014. That's a long-ass time, bro. That's a lot of people that you could have fucked up for life. Like, this is just one dude, but, like, I'm not okay. Oh, I have this in my notes. This was also fucking weird. Katie said, she was always taking pictures of me, and I was like, she's my mom. That's not weird. But, like, no, it is weird. That is weird in this context now. It's fucking weird. I'm sussed. I'm so sus. Like, that's taking living through your child to another fucking level. Anyway, let me look at see if there's any other notes I need to read off before this rant concludes, and I have to fucking edit this together. But, like, I need you to talk, and please, if you haven't seen this fucking episode and you're mentally prepared enough for it, now that you know what happens, please go watch it, and then come back here and tell me what you think, because I'm losing my mind. I'm not okay, and I need people to validate this feeling that I am having of absolute insanity over this episode, and the fact that they're acting like nothing wrong. Like, I mean, they're not acting like nothing wrong happened, but they're at like a 4, and I'm gonna need them to take it up to like a fucking 11. Like, she claims she didn't know Paul's age before, like, she was told it by Paul. And she claims that the mom also said to her that she didn't know his age, but she quite literally admitted on the show, I'll put it in, that no, she literally did say she knew his age.
You do realize how young I was, right?
I do.
She knew his fucking age. Like, unless they edited that together, which that seems weird. Like, oh, she confirms that she did find out about the nudes during filming, and that the mom had... So she didn't know about the nudes until her first call with Neve. Then she talked to her mom. Her mom told her that it was some random people she found on Google. And then on the second call, she found out that no, like, those were pictures of her. So she literally found out on the show. So, like, that's super fucked. I would be livid. She handles that extremely fucking well. So, yeah. And, like, again, people were like, oh no, it's all faked. And, like, I don't know. I didn't get fake vibes from this. But again, watch it. Tell me if I'm wrong. It could all be faked. But I don't feel like MTV or any sane person would fake a situation that makes someone out to look like a borderline pedo Like, it would be way less weird if the daughter was just like, oh yeah, sorry, I was texting a lot of guys and it wasn't that serious. Sorry. Like, no one would, like, it would suck, but, like, no one would care that much, and people would get over it, but this is, like, absolutely fucking insane. And Neve was even like, this is the craziest episode that we have had. And it's just like, yeah, so call the fucking FBI. Like, who else fucking knows who she was doing this to? She was going after young guys on Xbox. Like, those are not known to be the most fucking mature and old people. You know? I just fucking have a headache, bro. Oh yeah, and then Katie says that the Instagram that Paul found and talked to, who said that she didn't know who he was not Kate. Like, it was not her. So who the fuck's profile was that? Because that happened, like, I think it was, like, 6 months before filming or something like that. So, like, who the fuck was that? Is the mom still catfishing us her? Because that's what that sounds like. Like, bro, this is so fucked. Ugh. The last thing in my notes is, again, if genders were swapped. Because, like, yeah. I'm horrified. I am disgusted. I need to shower my brain. I'm gonna fucking take my head out and just wash it off from the absolute disgusting garbage I just fucking watched for the second time. Fucking forced myself through it so I could take notes and shit. But anyway, I will link the subreddits, I will link the posts on Reddit. It's not a whole subreddit. I'm an idiot. I will link it below in the description. I will link the YouTube video that has a clip of their Zoom call with the mom in it. Yeah, I'll link that stuff. But yeah, please fucking let me know what you thought of this, because I'm just beside myself over it, and it's fucking wild. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, please tell me what you think. I guess use my comment section to vent about any situations like this. Like, I feel so fucking bad for Paul. Like, I hope he gets a therapist. Like, fuck, man. Yeah, I don't know. I have no words. I'm sorry to him and anyone else who's gone through anything similar to this. And I hope Katie can see the light and realize that her mom is fucking insane. And maybe she should cut off communication, because that does not sound like a healthy relationship. So yeah, especially if she's still lying to her. Anyway, not my place to tell people how to have their relationships and shit, but that's just my irrelevant opinion on this entire fucking mess. Tell me yours, okay? I will see you in the next video, and or see you in the next stream, where we, again, do random bullshit, whatever the fuck I feel like. So, yeah. Okay. Bye!
Don't take advantage of a goddamn teenager. Like, what the